Prep Football Preview is presented by Baldwin Bone Joint, keeping you in the game. Sports medicine and expert orthopedic care to patients of all ages. Baldwin Bone Joint. It's the Jubilee Cup Friday night. The Daphne Trojans traveling to Fairhope. Both teams fighting for playoff status, but that won't matter much Friday. This one is for bragging rights, and respect for the opponent is obvious.
Coach King's done a good job since he's gotten there. I think he's, establishing some pride and being an alumni there. He's coaching hard, and it's more of it's not just a job, it's a passion for him, and his kids play that way.
Great team on offense. Again, special teams, of course, they got a great kicker. He's going to kick it out of the end zone every time. Great punter. On defense, they get after it. So they have an all-around team. Again, it's Fairhope. You expect them to have a great team, and our challenge is to go over to their home turf and try to squeak out a win.
That turf not far from Daphne, of course, are the players very familiar, like Devin Mitchell of Fairhope and the Trojans' Christian Williams, arch rivals and fast friends.
Well, me and Christian Williams, we grew up in childhood. We was actually in me, him, and Hamilton Baker. We was actually in Tuscaloosa this weekend watching the Bama game, and just hanging out, regular friends.
We're pretty good. We're pretty good friends. We hang out sometimes on the weekends, summer, and everything when we get away from football. I actually met him in middle school, I think, or no, take that back. City league, we just play against each other, and it was a pretty big rivalry and everything. We're actually in the Daphne Kappa League together, so we go on some college visits and everything together.
One of my good friends down there is Riley Leonard. We don't really talk back and forth during game week, no sir. Tension's kind of high. Yes, sir. I saw he got some time at quarterback. Riley's a great athlete, and he's really well at what he does, yes sir.
There's always talking going back and forth and all leading up to this big game. So,
the Pirates piling up points as of late, like last week against Davidson. The Purple People Eaters stingy on defense. That could be the key matchup to watch for as the battle for the Jubilee Cup gets underway.
I've been watching film on them since probably last week. Even when we was playing Davidson, I've been watching film. I realized this is a big game in our season.
In our grade, Fairhope's always been a rivalry. We haven't really – Spanish Fort hasn't been our biggest rivalry. It's always been Fairhope. And I know a lot of the guys down there, it'll be really good to go out and compete against them.
Back in the day, it used to just be us and Fairhope. And then Spanish Fort kind of split off a little bit, so then that made it more of the tension on, I guess, them just a little bit. And so I say it probably changed a little bit, yeah.
if anything, the intensity's gone up. For us being a class over them and all, not in their region anymore, it's more vital for us to win now than ever.
They all know each other, and that makes them want to win. It makes them want to fight hard. That makes they're fighting for town pride, and there's a trophy that swaps hands every year, so it's still a passionate game.
So I have all my friends calling me saying, hey, we're going to be at the game. We're going to be at Fairhope. This is our rivalry. Still a big deal for my generation and people and teachers that's at that school, so it's a big thing. So it's still a big rivalry for us.
Prep Football Preview is presented by Baldwin Bone Joint, keeping you in the game. Sports medicine and expert orthopedic care to patients of all ages. Baldwin Bone Joint.
A couple of decades ago, when we started Baldwin Bone Joint, we also began to take care of high school football teams. And that over the years has proven to be very beneficial both to the community and to us because it's kept us involved in community service. If at any point in the future people need those types of services, I have subsequently stepped back when my children graduated from high school, but my partners are still very, very active in community service and local athletics. My name is Rhett Hubley. I have practiced orthopedics in Baldwin County for a couple of decades now and have truly enjoyed taking care of our young athletes.